Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hue Virtual Chat. Well, we had a fabulous long weekend. The weather couldn't have been better. And, the company is always good, but, again, our cases of the COVID-19 have gone up, and still we're living in this bubble. But today, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about underwear. That is correct. And it's a very fascinating story. And you know what? It's just nice to not talk about everything else and just forget. So we're going to open the doors right away and let all of our guests in. And it's an interesting time, a very, very interesting time. And here they are. Hello, everybody. Hey, hi, Susie. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Charlotte. Hi. I see Nanette. Nanette's very sexy picture. Oh, there's Nanette. Hi. Oh, hi, Tanya. I know Tanya's a very, very busy lady. So don't worry, Tanya. We'll get to you. And we're waiting for our guest of honor, Maria. Maria. Can't see her yet. Let's see. So we're just waiting for one more person. How was everybody's long weekend? You can all unmute.
It was good.
Yes. Yeah. Really good.
How was yours?
Very good. Yeah. Well, actually, last week we were up at Clear Lake, but we had a very nice private Airbnb, and kind of just did a little walk through the town for an hour. But I was just saying that it's still different. You go out for these little outdoor kind of vacations, and it's fun because it's obviously you're out of the house. But anyways, I just wanted to, ladies, welcome Maria. Hello, Maria. This is Maria Valencia, and we're going to get to you very shortly, Maria, because I know this is your show. I laughed, I joked with the ladies. I said, next week we're talking about underwear. And they go, what? Especially in this time. I know, Tanya, you might want to stay. So Tanya, we're going to just go with Tanya.
I might learn something, yeah.
Yes, maybe Folklorama can, incorporate some comfortable underwear. I don't know, but anyways, you've got some big news from Folklorama today. And I know, I was just thinking about on the long weekend, normally, it's the big kickoff at the Forks, and it's usually hot and sunny, which it was, and, and having all of those incredible performers from around the world. I mean, it was always like this tradition, and 50 years of it, of course, in 51. But anyways, something I think even bigger and better, right?
Yeah.
Folklorama. So go ahead.
Oh, exactly. But you're totally right. The staff, our local communities, we've all been kind of feeling this feeling of loss right now. So we've come up with a couple of ideas to try to, keep the community spirit going and still celebrate these wonderful communities. So one of the things we're doing, before I tell you the announcement for today, little tease there, laugh at me later, Susie. What we're doing right now actually is something called the Folklorama Favorites Scavenger Hunt. So it's a little document like this that you can download at folklorama.ca, and it has a whole bunch of different areas that our communities have submitted, and you can go check them out. We're telling people too, if they want to complete the on-site challenge, you can take a picture of yourself, add us at Folklorama or hashtag myfolklorama, and you could be entered to win a whole bunch of great prizes. So we have a foodies one for foodies, which was really fun putting it together. I probably gained a couple pounds, but it was worth it. And then the other one are historical sites that a lot of people don't know about. We've been back now in Winnipeg for 9 years, and there were parks and monuments and even some of the food places. I passed by one every day, but I didn't know what it was. Right. So it's so great that our communities have shared this fun with us. So that's one thing. Yeah. The second thing was the great announcement we made today. We just launched the Folklorama Cultural Preservation Fund. So as I mentioned, our communities have been struggling financially since COVID began. They can't, usually Folklorama, I don't know if you guys know this, Folklorama is basically a fundraiser for all the pavilions. So all the money that's made in the pavilions stays in the pavilions to help with cultural classes, camps, language classes, you name it. And so without having that income, communities are struggling. So we've come up with this fund, which we're so excited about. 51 years of being a non-for-profit, and we're launching that now, so that's great. But our communities can apply for funding in about a year once we kind of get everything going. And there's scholarship opportunities for youth. Our focus is youth and children, because really, as you guys know, I know some of your moms, this is our future. So if we teach our children our culture, they can continue it. And people around them can appreciate it and understand it. So yeah, I'm so excited that we launched this today. It's been a secret project, as Tracy knows, we've been working on for a few months. So it's great that that's now out.
Well, and it's so fitting too, I think, Tanya, especially in what we're dealing with and what we're going through now. I mean, culture is so important, and keeping it and maintaining it. And Folklorama was that once a year kind of opportunity, but 51 years of the same thing. I think this is a great way to kind of segue into maybe changing the look of the festival probably going forward. And it probably will happen anyways, right? I think for a lot of the festivals and these huge gatherings, they're all going to have to kind of reconfigure. And it's not just because of, restrictions. I think it's just the way people feel now. And, and it's something about respect.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's very exciting. So my thing is then, how are you going to raise the funds for the fund? Or is it just all through donations? And
it's actually all through donations, but there's a couple programs that we're going to run through the year. So as we start raising funds, we're going to start showcasing where the money is going. So you kind of get an impact report, so you know where you're benefiting. As we share those stories a couple times a year, we'll also put a donation campaign behind that, so we can try to raise more and more money for our communities. We have a whole plan in place, and literally launched it 3 hours ago.
So we got it almost here on the virtual chat. So, well, thanks so much, Tanya. And we're all here to support, so anything that we can do. And so this is an ongoing thing. Well, if you can stick around, we've got a great little video to show. But once again, hi, Robyn. Oh, I knew you had to come to see this one, right? Yeah. This beautiful woman is Maria Valencia, and she is the creator of CaroQuilla. Did I pronounce that correct, Maria? You might have to unmute yourself. So we were all kind of, no. Susie, do you want to help her?
Here we go.
Yes, you got it.
Thank you.
All right, so Maria, we're going to play the video first because it probably says your whole story very well, and definitely the models too. So ladies, it's a little 2-minute video to tell you all about CaroQuilla, and then we'll come back and ask Maria a ton of questions. So Graham, go with the video.
CaroQuilla was born in my underwear drawer. It was full of undies, and yet I wear the same ones day after day. I bought some because they were pretty, and I thought I would look pretty in it. Once I put them on, not so pretty anymore. They didn't feel comfortable. I didn't like the way they looked. I do have some other ones. I call them my granny undies. Extremely comfortable. They're not very pretty. I don't feel amazing in them. And so I've designed a new underwear that not only will you feel comfortable in, but you will look and feel amazing. Most women aspire comfort, quality. They want underwear they could wear to fit their lifestyle, something they, if they worked out or if they stayed home or for the office. I love these undies that we've been trying them on, and it's the only thing that I've been wearing because I love how they feel, I love how I look, and the best part of it is that they're bamboo underwear. It's one of the most sustainable plants out there. There's so many benefits of bamboo itself. It's an incredible plant, and it makes an excellent material. It's fast growing, needs very little water, and it's just an overall sustainable plant, especially when it's organic like the one we use at CaroQuilla. The bamboo material is so good for you. It has natural antibacterial and antifungal properties. It's breathable, moisture wicking, and biodegradable. And I just love how it feels. It's gentle and super soft. For me, being beautiful is embracing all those different things that makes us women, and to know that no one is perfect. And that's what's led me to start this company, is to create underwear that women feel amazing, look amazing, but at the same time is when they look at themselves in the mirror every morning, because that's when usually you start your day, but you put on that underwear that you feel amazing. My mission is really to empower women with the recognition that they're beautiful just the way they are. To make this a reality, we need your support.
Well, ladies, do we have some buyers? And we just want to say congratulations, Maria. Like, since you went on Kickstarter, your goal was 6,000. You're now, I just took a look, you're at $10,458. So wow, amazing.
I know, it's incredible. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, and I guess it's just a little bit more, like if you want to add anything more than what you said in the video, maybe a little bit more about your background and why were you inspired now to make underwear?
Yes. So two elements that led me to start this, to create underwear. One of them was really my underwear drawer. I had underwears. I mean, I have two full underwear drawers that I feel guilty throwing out, only because I know that the material is going to take a long time to disintegrate. So, you know, I feel guilty throwing things to the landfill. So that was one aspect that led me to search for material that was biodegradable. You know, those core values around sustainability was a big part of that led me to search material that was biodegradable. But the second part of that, it was my experience. I've been in retail, retail for a couple of decades now. And the most profound experience that I had, it was opening the lingerie department for Nordstrom in Calgary. And the experience itself it opened up my eyes that those small pieces that most people don't see has a huge impact on women's body image, on our perception, and our self-esteem. And that's what also led me to this company, is, you know, to continue spreading that mindset change, that, you know, we need to change how we see ourselves, that perception of how we describe ourselves. You know, being inside a fitting room with women day after day and hearing how awful we can be and how judgmental, you know, we are the worst judge of ourselves. We compare ourselves to other women. You know, being inside a fitting room with women, I would often hear how they wish they didn't have stretch marks, or, you know, a lot of them would also say, you know, please don't judge me, I have terrible skin. Or I would also hear, you know, oh, I wish I had bigger boobs or smaller so I could wear this. And so it just went on. And it led me to also reflect on my own issues, because, you know, seeing all this, the vulnerability and how most of us describe ourselves, also to let me to reflect that I also had some issues as well. So it was that experience working side by side with women in a fitting room that also led me to discover at the same time that women want underwear that they feel comfortable, something they can wear every single day, you know, whether it's working out, going to the office. We want something comfortable where we look amazing every single day, right? It's the first thing that we put on every morning. And that, you know, it could make our day if we put something that looks amazing, and, you know, we change our mindset. You know what, I am beautiful. You know, we're gonna exude that, and we're gonna walk into that office like we own the world. We're gonna, you know, go to the gym saying, you know what, I feel amazing in this. And so it's that experience, you know, like that, it was a very profound experience that led me to do a lot of self-reflection. And I learned a lot about just in general about lingerie and what women aspire to look and what they also want to wear. So
Oh, And there's an amazing story about the women that you used in your video too as well, your models.
Yes. So yeah, I'm so grateful. I've been working on this for a few years now, and so I've had tons of samples and everything. So when we finally, I had this amazing product that I loved and everything, I started reaching out, engaging a few people here. So the first one was obviously my small team that I work with around my marketing. But the second was finding a photographer, and I called several photographers, and um, Vanessa, actually, we connected so well, and she loved the product and also what we wanted to um, tell their story through our pictures, because I wanted women, real women. So she sent an email to some of her followers on Instagram, and all of a sudden I got several phone calls and saying, I want to be in your campaign. I want to try the product. And it was just amazing how all these women that are on there are also women that aspire, and are also women that are working on that body image and try to create a message and send a message that we all need to embrace what we are and embrace who we are. So it was incredible. So that I was able to work with Winnipeggers and find people that wanted to be part of this amazing campaign. And so
Wow. Ladies, any questions? Susie?
Yeah, no, it sounds great. It looks great too. And yeah, I have underwear that's probably as old as my kids, and that's not a really good bragging point, but it's just one of those things that, you don't put a lot of time and effort into, I think, sometimes, until you want to wear that dress and you need something to hold everything in, or whatever it is that you're looking for. But I mean, everyday stuff, it's not something I think about, right? Until, you hold it up and it's full of holes or something. You're like, oh God, I need to do better here. And then you go and look for something and you're just like, I can't find anything that I like. It's too tight here. It's pinches here, whatever. So I love that it's sustainable. That's fantastic. And I hope that I get to try it soon. That'd be great. And it's local. That's awesome too.
Yes, yeah. Nanette, you're nodding your head. That'd be great for your hot hula fitness.
Oh, absolutely. That's I'm very excited about this, because yeah, when we dance, I mean, when we work out, when we do anything, we sweat. And we want to feel comfortable, and we want to look good. And Maria, that looks phenomenal. I can't wait to try it. It looks great. It really does. And yeah, I too am one of those people who have a drawer full of underwear that, I could wear that. And I don't want to. I guess I'll have to wear that, because we have things in there that it look good, but aren't comfortable. But then and vice versa. So yeah, it would be nice to have something that looks good just like that and feels great, and I could wear it to hot hula for sure.
fantastic.
Who would ever think that underwear has such a big impact, though? But it's so true, everything that Maria said. Yeah, Kirsten's nodding her head, yes. But, how much of that, though, too, Maria, is fashion trendy? I mean, so comfort is, but remember, and we all know when it was the thong, and oh my God, how uncomfortable are those things, and really, who looked good in those? Nobody except for exotic dancers. I don't know, but so I'm kind of curious too, Maria, how did you come up with the design for the panty?
Well, I think, the experience working with women has helped me kind of develop the designs. And, underwear have been around for as long as women, right? As long as we have been around. So I took underwear from companies that I loved. Obviously, working in the lingerie department, I learned so much about lingerie and bras and everything. It's very complex. I didn't realize how much I had to learn. So just learning the feedback that I had with, feedback that I had and everything, it's helped me design these. Right now, through our Kickstarter, I believe we've actually have come up with 3 styles, and then we're going to introduce more styles. And this is, like I said, it's from the feedback that I had from different women. And, you know, I'm hoping that as we grow our business, that I continue to get feedback from women so we can continue designing different styles. And also it may change as well, like I said, based on feedback that I get from there. And one thing that I didn't mention too is that, you know, we've designed underwear for every day of the month. So we've also designed period underwear. So I'm not sure if you're all familiar with what that is, but it's a period underwear. It's like a regular underwear, and it replaces using tampons, plastic cups, tampons. And the ones that I have, we've been working on is going to be for moderate coverage, which it'll be equivalent to wearing 2 to 3 tampons. So you can use it as a backup or wear that as a like as a replacement for yes. Yeah, so it's yeah.
Oh,
Not gonna lie, I have so many questions about period underwear because to me it sounds like a complete oxymoron. So I don't trust them off the hop. But when you say that it's for like medium to light coverage, okay, I can understand that. But then how do I wash it? Am I literally just washing it in the washing machine after it? Is that how easy this is?
Yeah, great question. I know people are always like, what the heck is a period panty? Or how do you, you know, I was the same way like a few years ago. I am like, what is, so I started ordering some and trying them out and see how they fit and everything. But, you know, it's very easy to, all you have to do is you, obviously after you wear them, you soak them in water, throw them in the washer and lay them flat to dry. So you can wash them with your other clothing, like it's not going to ruin anything. Like I said, soak them in water after you're done, put them in the washer and lay them flat to dry, and then they're ready for use again. So it's
That's incredible. Yeah,
easy.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
wow.
Cool.
I mean,
I look forward to seeing that.
and not only like for women like our age, but that's actually going to maybe change the whole view too for young women. Like Susie, you've got, I mean, she's a lot younger right now, but
Yeah, but no, you're exactly right. That's exactly what I was thinking, because I know, like, for my daughter, who's going to be getting into that age where she's going to be having her period, what am I going to, tell her to use? Like, I did not enjoy using tampons when I was younger, and I really wish mine was over by now, but it's not quite there yet. But I'm quite over the entire experience. So how can I make this a positive experience for her? And again, it's like one of those things where the ultimate test is like, can I wear these with white jeans, right? Because if that is what we're going to use the yardstick for, yeah, exactly. But no, I think anything that is sustainable or that is, something that you can won't affect your body in a negative way, I think those are all great things. And I love that her and her friends, as they grow up, can be more open and confident about these things and know what these types of products can do for them, and just be more helpful and not be so ashamed or stigmatized by having their periods, which is a completely normal thing. So yeah, all good.
wow.
Yeah. And, I think that's what I'm hoping as well, to do that as we spread our message, that we normalize that topic about periods as well. Like, in some cultures, like, it's something that is almost taboo to talk about. And it's something normal that happens to every woman. And I think that it's something we all talk about. We shouldn't be embarrassed. Girls going to school, they shouldn't miss school because they can't afford it and everything. So with these ones, it's the one thing that tying it back to my values as well, sustainable too, is imagine how much plastic we're throwing in landfills. And say if we start using something that's reusable, and it may feel a little bit awkward at the first as well, and but it's something that you get used to. It's like wearing, if you're used to wearing a tampon and all of a sudden you change to wearing a pad, it feels different, right? So the same thing with period. When I first tried on my first pair, it felt different for sure. But now it's something that it feels like like natural to me, because I've been wearing them for a little bit now. And the nice thing is that I'm not throwing plastic. I'm not, and at the long run, it's going to save me money too, because these are reusable and it's something you wear once a month. So I can, wash them over and continue reusing them.
Charlotte, what do you think? She's going, ooh.
You know what? I'm fascinated too, and my head went to my daughters as well. So I look forward to it. But then I was also thinking about some of my girlfriends who are in their 50s who, when they giggle, they have a little tinkle. So I'm wondering if you're going to create something like that, or maybe you already have. So because that's a topic of discussion in some of my older friends.
Because of them. Yeah.
Pardon?
Exactly. Great point, Charlotte. Oh, I told my kids last week that it's their fault they can't sneeze. So yeah. These kind of, little things can help.
Oh gosh, it sucks to be old, but hey, you know what? We've got Maria here that's making it all that much better. So I'm gonna go to Miss Make Us Laugh. Well, Robyn, I want to go back to body image. And, we all kind of laugh talking about the underwear, how many pairs of underwear we have. And not only like the thongs, but like the lace ones that are so scratchy. Oh my God, you feel like you sat on a, she's going, no, 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 no. Well, yeah, what's your take though on how a little piece of fabric can change your whole persona and outlook of yourself?
Well, I like it. Truth be told, I don't know if I'm the best person for this conversation, because I may not wear the same kind of underwear as some of the rest of you wear. That being said, I'm a connoisseur of looking at it, and I think people need to be comfortable, right? Like, I look at, truth be told, I look at someone in a thong and I go, oh, that just looks uncomfortable. And so I was looking at the video, and I guess I was looking at it from a different perspective because I don't wear underwear like that. And I was like, people look happy and comfortable. And I think, there's times to have different stuff on, but I think ultimately, why do we have a society that keeps saying you should wear this to look good all the time, even if it sucks and it's uncomfortable? And I just think, like, I want my partners to feel super comfortable, because I think if they're comfortable, they'll feel sexy, right? If you're uncomfortable, I don't know how you feel sexy in like thongs. I really don't. I look at them and go, Maria, like, I applaud you because I think, I truly believe if people are comfy and they work and they do what people want, they're going to feel sexy. I think that's the piece I want to put across in terms of body image. And I did one of those Fit and Fun, Tracy, a couple of months ago, where I had, like, my body's not like spelt. And I just had a t-shirt and some tighter shorts on. I jumped in the shower, which means it clung to me, and I went, oh, I love my body. And I just, if we can like have things that people feel comfy, and we can start to create a society that says there are all shapes and sizes and everyone's valued, then go for it. So Maria, I look forward to seeing what you do. And hey, if I had a girlfriend, I'd be buying her presents, so I'd be buying your underwear if she liked them. Is that inappropriate? I'm like, oh my God, did I just be really inappropriate here? Hope not. But you guys will tell me if I am.
No, you're comfortable, we're comfortable. That's all what it's about. But and you do give a good perspective on that. You're right. Anything else, Maria, do you think down the line, will CaroQuilla go into bras, other kind of lingerie? What's your plan in the big scheme of things?
Right now, what I love to be able to offer is is to continue I do believe what she just said, that if we're comfortable, we exude that. The minute that, when I worked at lingerie, women would come and say, I want to wear something sexy for my husband. And sometimes they would end up trying all these different things on and they didn't feel right. And so, it's what we feel comfortable, we exude that. The minute we like, you know what, I love my body. I love the way, oh my gosh, we'll look amazing in anything we wear. But I love to be able to offer more size. Right now, we're aiming for the next milestone on Kickstarter, and I want to continue offering plus sizes for women because, no, we're not all made alike, and we'll have, so that's my next is to be able to expand underwear and that I can offer to multiple sizes. And then from there, continue working on maybe lounge. I'm thinking something that you can wear, to the gym or wear around the house as well. That would be something that I like to work on for our next collection. But right now we're working on expanding our underwear and continue to work with bamboo material, like I said, which is something that's led me to where I am right now, is looking for material that is biodegradable. So.
And where do you source your bamboo material?
Right now, we're sourcing it from China, northeast of China, where they grow bamboo. So that's where I found a partner that was willing to work with a small Winnipeg company, and so right now that's where we're getting the product from, designed here in Winnipeg and made in China.
Oh, it's so great to have something local. I'm going to throw it over to Kirsten. What do you think about all this? And you've got 2 daughters too.
Oh, I do. You know what, Maria, I love what I'm seeing as your company values with all the different shapes and bodies and normal, real people. So thank you for that. And I do have 2 daughters. So it's so nice when, real bodies are used, because that's how it should be across the board. But I keep giggling because a few years ago, one of my New Year's resolutions, and I'm really, really passionate about New Year's resolutions, was to be kinder to my crotch. And my friends still tease me about that. And that was it. And they'll still bring it up. And that's because I was teaching fitness. I don't think I owned a full panty until I was in my late 40s. And you'd look in that underwear drawer and you'd pull things out. And you'd have like 20 pairs of underwear, but you'd wear like just a small portion and try to keep up on the wash. And so I declared this was the year I was going to be kinder to my crotch. And I invested in better underwear, and that's not easy, but there is, yeah. So we should all declare that this New Year's.
Yes.
I agree.
Bumper sticker right there.
And what about you, Tanya? Do you think you'll try out Maria's underwear?
Maria, first of all, woman to woman, you're so inspiring. Your energy, your smile, you have the most beautiful smile. And as I watched that video, seeing you communicate your product and your passion for it really spoke to me. I know many of you are women entrepreneurs yourselves, and that was really inspiring. So thank you. And I love the fact that it is biodegradable. I also have a teenage daughter, 14. And so I was curious about that period underwear. I've been curious to buy some and see if that's an option, because I know the amount of plastic we put in our waste it just makes me sick literally every month. So I'm really glad you have products like that. And thank you for being so inspiring. I'm really excited to learn more about this product and try it out. And I hate my period. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Maria, I mean, and please, I mean, if you don't want to go there, I totally respect that and understand that. When going back to our conversation, when you're talking about the days that you were at Calgary Nordstrom in the lingerie and seeing all of the how fragile women are, right? And how vulnerable they are when they're trying on clothes such like this and having body issues. And you yourself said that you did have some issues too as well. Can we talk about that, or is that, is it something, because it's always nice to be saying, oh my God, I feel the same way as that too. and
Yeah.
we all can relate. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sorry, yeah, you know what, working, I guess, for me, it was, seeing the pain and issues in other women, um, and going home after each day. And, sometimes, um, it, it was really fulfilling a lot of times when I would get a smile out of women and say, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding? I would aspire to look like you," anything. And so, but one thing that it made me realize is also working with women that had also mastectomies, as well. Most often, there's women, it was a handful that I had, because most of them were shy, and they would, come and see me, and they would say, "This is what I had just done, and I hope you're okay with it." And I would be like, "Oh, what," and so, and often these women were the most quiet women that I've dealt with. And, when I'd see them, and, made me very emotional, because, I could see the pain they were going through, and yet they were usually the most quiet one. They didn't say much. They would just say, "This is what I need. Can you help me find something that's comfortable? I just had this procedure done." And so, after seeing these women, I realized that I needed to start loving my body, because I was healthy for the most part, but I was going through a little bit of anxiety and mental health. So, at that point, I wasn't really taking care of myself. I would eat whatever. I didn't exercise, and I didn't care about anything about myself. I would go to work. I loved my job because I loved the interaction that I had, but I didn't do a lot. Like, I wasn't um, experiencing that joy, that happiness that we all aspire to have. So that experience working with women, I realized that I had a lot of internalized pain. Um, and so I went and got help, and realized that I was going through depression, bit of anxiety, and everything. And yet I didn't really talk to anybody about it, because I didn't know what it was. All I knew is that um, I didn't like things that I was going through. I had no taste for certain things in life anymore. Like, I was, it's from a personal standpoint. And so I got some help, and from doctor, I went saw a professional doctor, and so seeing that experience also let me reflect that I also had some issues as well. And from that point forward, after um, I left, I took some time for myself, and I took time to heal myself. I started exercising. That's been one of the biggest healer for me, and nutrition. And from that point forward, I've taken a little bit of different things, like positive self-talk or affirmation. I did even a vision board. Like, I did a whole bunch of different elements to change the way that I saw myself, change my life, or my goals that I wanted to do. And it helped me to where I am right now. And to be honest, I still battle with that, and I think we all do. There's some mornings when I wake up and I have allergies, so I'll wake up with puffy eyes, and I'll be like, "Holy shit!" Sorry, and the first thing I want to say is I look like shit, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I have allergies," So that narrative that I have to change it every morning. Like, oh my God, I have to be understanding and say, "You know what? I have allergies. I am having a tough day today." So, instead of putting myself down, apply that understanding that we all have bad days, and sometimes we just need to apply a little bit of makeup or wash, whatever they do our hair to change that and tackle a new day and look at our day in a different perspective. So yeah, sorry, I went a little bit long there, but
No.
it helped me a lot, because I think sometimes we see beautiful women and we're like, "Oh my God, she's so beautiful. She must have it all together." But we don't. I would see beautiful women, some of them had even enhancements done on their boobs, right? And yet they weren't happy. And I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like, you're beautiful." And they'd be like, "Well, I could, lose a couple of pounds, and so there's always something, I think. And I think when we look deep inside, it's only as individuals that we can change that, because most often we're the worst judge of ourselves, like sometimes we think that certain things look bad on us, and we go out and like, oh my God, I love your dress, or I love your jeans, and yet we thought it looked terrible on us, right? So I think it's changing that mindset. And yeah, I think just looking at ourselves deeply inside, reflecting what is it that it's making me, or that, I don't know, just being aware of those thoughts, because those thoughts are constantly there, bombarding us every day. The minute we wake up, we look at ourselves in the mirror, and if we feel that we had a rough night or whatever, and we feel that we don't look good, that could dictate the rest of our days, right? So that morning is so important. And as something that I would talk to women when I would see them, I'm like, no, you're beautiful. Be thankful that you have a great, amazing, healthy body. Or if not, say, there's things you can do about it. There's things that you could, eat. Obviously I'm not a psychologist or a nutritionist, but there are certain things that we can all do if we want to feel healthy. And my goal was always, to encourage that healthy state of mind. Because as soon as we have a healthy state of mind, we can feel better the way we do. And we'll do things because we want to be healthy, not because for someone else, right?
Wow. So how much has CaroQuilla fulfilled your life and changed you around now, Maria? Like you're talking, I mean, it's an amazing story, and thank you for sharing it, because I think, all of us can take things back from that. And I was also curious too, like this whole COVID thing and pandemic and isolation, and here you're launching a new company, and how did that affect you too as well personally?
So, I've when you're doing something that's fulfilling, something that you love to do, it doesn't feel like a job. To be honest, the last little bit, I've enrolled back in university. I've been working part-time as well, and I've been working on my business. But when you do something fulfilling, you love to do it. It doesn't matter if you work every day at it, because at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I feel like I got this done. But so CaroQuilla has fulfilled that for me. Like, I love what I do, and I'm, if I can, find a few women that love my product and they love continue spreading my message, it's meaningful. So throughout COVID, I think it pushed me harder to launch this online store, because I've been working for a few years now. I did have, obviously there's people that thought I was crazy to launch this, because there's like nobody's buying, but I don't know, I just went for it. I'm like, you know what, I hope that it's well received. And I don't know, if you wait until it's the right time, when is it going to be the right time? When the economy goes up again, or when, it's hard to say. So I think when you feel ready, it doesn't need to be perfect, but I don't know, you just have to do things, I think. And I don't know, you can't wait till it's the right time. If you wait for people to say, oh, today's the right time, I would have waited another year, and who's to say in another year things are going to be normal again? I don't know. So through COVID, it was tough, but at the end, I think you need to do what's ready for you. And for me, I feel ready. Like, I had finalized my product, the samples and everything. And, once I started reaching out, engaging a few people in the city, and they were ready to do it, I'm like, there's not a better time. So.
Wow. Well, we can hardly wait. Well, maybe even Nordstrom's will pick them up, right?
Oh my God, yeah. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Oh, anybody else want to jump in? Oh, we're all just kind of sitting back. I know, it's just like, oh, yeah.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah.
I really love that we're all talking together about loving ourselves, and whether that the form is, buying underwear that makes us feel good and look good, and like it's just amazing. Like, thank you for sharing your story, Maria, because that's just the idea of overcoming these issues that we have with ourselves. Like, I mean, I encounter it in hot hula all the time. I have women who come to class or who say, I really want to do your class, but I think I'm too big, or they just don't feel comfortable enough in their skin.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking to me, because the thing about hot hula is that we move to celebrate our bodies. Like, we are so many different shapes and sizes, and really the key is just, that's why I love having a mirror there, because my classes, because I want everyone to look at themselves and go, I love you, and look at how I move. I move amazingly, and I think that's one of the biggest things that we need to work on, just the loving and accepting of ourselves. Like, one thing that I that kind of troubles me when people come into hot hula is that they feel like they have to be a certain size.
Mhm.
And if you look at all the Polynesian women, they run the gamut. It's phenomenal. And some of my fellow instructors are the most Rubenesque, beautiful, and they love how they move. They look at themselves in the mirror and they go, hey, look. And that's the thing. I mean, you come and you do hot hula, it's we embrace the way women move, the little hip movements, the movement of like the circle. I mean, really, we are not encouraged to move this way on a daily basis. You walk down the street, no one moves this way. And it saddens me, because a lot of the times the way we move makes us feel good and makes us feel sexy, and we need to embrace that. And in my classes, we celebrate that. We celebrate how we move as women. And I think that what really enlightens me, like, and I'm sure Maria feels this way when she sees people wearing her underwear and enjoying it. And like, if these women wear or use your service, and they come out of my class looking like, they have a smile on their face. They feel so good, and they really love how they moved, and they had such a positive experience embracing their femininity, embracing their womanhood. It's just so incredibly fulfilling. And that's really what we women entrepreneurs want to help people, help women experience. It's all very uplifting, and I love that. I love this. And thank you, Tracy, for getting us all together and talking about stuff like this. This is so phenomenal. I love it.
Underwear, like, hey, underwear. I'm sure everybody wants to talk about underwear. It's a no-brainer.
Definitely. And Maria, I have a 16-year-old daughter who she's been talking about, Mom, I really don't want to use these pads and these, tampons and things like that. And so I'm really happy that you have period panties, because my daughter and I were just talking about this the other day. And she's definitely going to, she's going to be a #1 customer of yours, I believe.
Oh, wonderful.
I wanted to add something too. For a lot of moms, some of our kids get their period in grade 5 and 6, and it's like, that's a really tough thing to go through. And those panties for a kid who's in grade 5 or 6, who's terrified to use the washroom, and somebody might hear a package unraveling, or like those. I think there's a huge market for that quickly developing 10, 11, 12-year-old that is trying to manage something that she's not comfortable with at all, and her friends aren't experiencing yet. So I wanted to throw that out there too, Maria, for you to chew on, because I think that's in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Well, it's ever growing. I know, terribly. Charlotte. anything that, you know what, and then maybe kind of to comment on the whole body image, and Kirsten definitely too. I mean, with young women, right? And we had the talk too about, you know, Facebook and or Instagram photos and everything like that. And it still is tough, isn't it? Like for young women.
It is, you know, even just recently, we think that I had a friend that she has a membership to the gym. She's never used it. And so I finally said, how come you never go to the gym? Like, she's like, oh, I'm too embarrassed because I don't, oh, it was hot yoga. I'm like, we should go to hot yoga. She's like, no, I can't. She's like, I don't know how to do the moves. And plus I don't feel good the way I look, you know, and so she hasn't been, you know, it's just mind boggling because we think that it's, you know, people that we don't even know, but this is, you know, somebody that I know. And I finally asked, I'm like, how come you don't go to yoga with me? She's like, oh no, I don't feel good. She's like, plus I don't know how to do, I feel like they're going to make fun of me, you know, and I don't look good in the yoga attire. I'm like, she's like, oh my gosh. And I finally convinced her to go. And she came out of there with a big smile. She's like, oh, thank you, you know, but it's like Nanette said, we need to encourage each other, you know, friends, and it's, you know, continue just lifting each other, you know, and even friends that we may have that same thing, that they're afraid to try something because the way they feel they're going to be judged or comparing themselves to other people, because we all think that, you know, some other women have it or know it
But
better.
see, like you say, Maria, we're all, like I say to my kids, you know, don't ever be afraid that people are looking at you, because they're not. They're so self-involved. They're looking at themselves the whole time. So whether you learn that at 12 or 13 or still learning it at 46, like it's the same thing. So I tell myself when I get nervous, nobody's looking at you. They're too busy looking at themselves and thinking everyone's looking at me, but no one is. So
Yeah.
it's really okay. You will live, maybe you might not know all the poses, but that's okay. Nobody knows all the poses going to their first class, right? That's okay. Those things are totally okay, and you will learn, but if nothing else, you'll get to experience something new and see how you feel about it and to try something. And I mean, if you were talking to, you know, your child or your neighbor or your girlfriend, you would tell her or him all those same wonderful, uplifting things, right? So if we could give ourselves that same message, we'd be so much further ahead, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you talking about compassion and empathy for ourselves?
Exactly. If we could start there, the world would be such a much better place, wouldn't it, Robyn?
Yes, and that's partly
Yes.
why we called the company, I mean, Robyn Priest, Live Your Truth, because living your truth is just going after whatever you want and doing the things that bring you joy, not getting caught up in what everyone else thinks. And Maria, thanks for sharing your story about the depression stuff, because the more we talk about that, the more we realize that so many people are dealing with mental health stuff.
Yeah.
And so many people are like getting through it and like going after things, and like the more we can talk about it, the more we normalize that piece too, that we all struggle with shit.
Yeah.
I added that because you said it before, Maria, just so you know, it's normal. You know, like we're all dealing with stuff. We're all dealing with body image. We're all in our heads, and we're all got mental health stuff based on that. And if we can start just normalizing it, talking about it, yeah, I've got bipolar, I've got depression, I've got anxiety, this is how I deal with it, then we have a shot at, you know, making a difference out there. So thank you, Tracy, for letting me play and be silly on this, because that's who I am. And just like compassion and empathy for ourselves. We do it for everyone else. God damn it, do it for yourself.
And sometimes I think too, it's the guilt factor, right, Maria? Probably if you think back, you feel so much for everybody else, but if I take 1 minute or 2 minutes for myself, then we feel guilty that we should be doing something else. So again, we all learn, and thank you so much for sharing. So is there anything else from the ladies? Charlotte, you've been very quiet today.
Hey, you know what? Today was a really good lesson for me because I'm probably the worst. I'm so hard on myself. So I'm just, all of this was, I think, just, smarten up, Charlotte. So I thank you, Maria, for your stories. I was going to tell one story that I was thinking about is I used to go with a girlfriend to Montreal. She had work there and I got to go, I would accompany her and get to experience Montreal. And there was this amazing bra fitter at Ogilvy's, and she was an older lady. And my girlfriend is stunning, and her body is amazing, and she had huge hang-ups. And the woman, the fitter, would be like, "Don't look at the sizes. Whatever you do, just put them on," because she would size her up. And then as soon as my girlfriend would say, "I would like to buy this," she would cut the tags out because women are so caught up in the size. Whether it's too big or too small or to this, and I just thought, and then every year we would go back, and so my girlfriend never knew what size she was because the tags were cut out, but she was okay with it. And I just thought, if we could incorporate not having a tag or whatever, because that's, if you're not a size 2 or you're not a extra small, or or even if your boobs are too big or too small, but so that's where my head was going today. So if you could incorporate that somehow, Maria, in a no size world, or just a different label to what a large would be a great thing too. So
Yeah. Thank you.
These wish list things. I hope you're taking notes, Maria. She'll come back, her next video will be totally different.
Yes.
One size fits all. There you go.
Any feedback, please. We're on Instagram. Send me any messages. Like like I said, we're in the process of obviously running our campaign right now, so we can still make changes. Like I said, any feedback, please, is so welcome.
Great. Well, so we want to thank you, Maria, for coming and introducing, and now you're part of the group, so you're free to drop by anytime and keep us updated too, and where we can, can we buy them online right now or no? Yes, no?
You can pre-order them.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go to our Instagram. There's a link there on our bio, CaroQuilla.ca. So you can pre-order right now, and so be the first ones to receive this product. We're looking to go live with our website at the end of August.
Okay.
So in a month, and then for everyone, and so after the campaign's over.
Okay, well, wonderful. Just write down your tag and CaroQuilla.ca in that chat group, and we'll get that posted. Okay. Thank you so much. And thank you all, ladies. It's so wonderful to see you. I know it's been kind of weird. Long weekends happened. We're, more than halfway through summer. It's still really weird. We had like a super amount of cases on Sunday. Not so good, but I mean, it's 18. It's not 700 or 1,000 like in the States. But having said that, it's still weird. I don't know. Did anybody watch the Jets over the weekend? A little bit. It was just weird.
Bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was exciting, and I mean, the game yesterday was great. But we were all laughing. We're sitting out by the pool, and it's like 90 degrees out, and you're listening to hockey. This is so weird. But anyways, we'll see what happens this week. But so we'll see you all next week, and I believe Dana Spiring will be our guest. So First Lady Chairperson of the Blue Bombers and first woman to get a Grey Cup ring. She'll have her new Grey Cup ring too by then too. So hope to see you all next week. All right. Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maria.
Bye, Kristen. Bye, Charlotte. Bye, Susie. Bye, Nanette. Have a great week.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.